In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how anyone can make $10,000 per month, okay? And me being someone who's made and is making thousands of dollars a month is going to show you how to do it. So listen very, very carefully, because if you understand these two concepts, which I'm going to cover inside this video, $10,000 a month will become so much more achievable. And I promise you that by the end of this YouTube video, you will understand and believe that you can make $10,000 within the next 1 to 3 months. So listen very carefully. Okay, so the first concept we have to understand is something called reverse engineering. Ignore the handwriting. If you care about handwriting, you're broke, okay? Reverse engineering. How do you make $10,000 in a month? Okay, because a lot of people have that goal, but how do you actually make it? That's the big goal. Everyone wants to make, I'm just making sure you can see it. Everyone wants to make $10,000 a month. How do you actually do it? Well, let's break down the maths. If you have 100 clients, you have to have an $100 offer to make 10K per month, okay? Equals 10K per month. If you have a 1K offer, you need 10 clients to make 10K per month. So do you see already that we're starting to think, okay, how many clients do I actually need? Because there's no point in saying, oh, I want to make $10,000 a month. Let me bring it a little bit closer. There's no point in saying, oh, I want to make $10,000 a month. That doesn't help. That doesn't help at all. You need to work out, okay, what actual actionable, tangible things do I need? How many clients do I actually need? What's the pricing? So let's work with something more realistic. $10,000 is just 10 clients on a 1K per month offer. Or you could even have, let's draw it over here. Give me 1 second. Let's draw it over here. 2K per month offer. 2K per month offer, and all you need is 5 clients. Okay, let's run the maths real quick. Let's say you book 3 appointments a week and your close rate is, let's say, should we say 50%, okay? 50%. So you book 3 calls a week, which is 12 calls in a month, right? 12 calls in a month and your close rate is 50%. You get 6 clients a month. If your offer is 2K per month and you have 6 clients a month, you're already past 10K a month. You're already at $12,000 per month. And that's just from taking 3 calls a week. That's just 12 calls a month. So now we can work it out, okay? So now we've worked out, and I'm actually going to give you the actionable steps as well. Okay, I'm not just going to say, oh, this is how you reverse engineer it. I'm actually going to give you what to do. Okay, but let's go on to the next thing. Ignore that. Let's see if I can wipe it off quickly. No cuts, okay? But as I'm saying, if you understand the maths behind how you can get to 10K per month, it becomes a goal that's not so distant. It becomes something 10 times more realistic. And that's the key thing. If something becomes realistic, your mind can conceive it and your mind can actually imagine doing it. If your mind can't imagine you doing something, it won't do it. Like, it just won't happen. It just doesn't work like that. Okay, so you have to genuinely believe it. You can get to 10K per month. Okay, so now let's say, all right, so 10K per month, if you book 12 calls per week on a 2K per month offer, you're already past 12K a month, right? So that's like a, what should we call it? A W, right? That's a win. You've got to 10K per month. Now let's say your offer is 1K. Okay, your offer's 1K. Your offer's 1K. Now, let's say you want to get to 10K per month. How many calls do you have to book? We'll work out what your closing rate is. If your closing rate is 33%, meaning 1 in every 3 calls you close a client, and your offer's 1K, right? Well then, to make 10K in a month, you need to get 10 clients. How do you get 10 clients? You book 30 calls, right? 30 calls, how do you book 30 calls? You book 1 call a day. So now, let's say it offers 1K. You should be able to see that. If you book 1 call per day, you're already at 10K per month. Or should I put a W? So regardless, even if your offer's $500, if your close rate is, let's say, 50%, you book 2 calls a day, you're still going to be at 10K per month. So you just need to run the maths, okay? And the second concept is very, very, very important because this is the actual advice you can implement into your business to make 10K per month. So listen very carefully. Okay, so there's two key parts to this. Number one, input over output, okay? And number two, process-based thinking. Should have made that bigger? Who cares? Okay, number one, input over output. What does that mean? That means every single day you focus on, okay, how much input can I get done? You don't focus on, okay, how much money can I make? You know, can I sign a client today? No, you focus on how much actual things which I can control can I do today? For example, how many DMs can I send today? How many pieces of social media content can I post today? How many follow-ups can I do? How many cold calls can I do? You're focusing on tangible things that you can control. Let me write down those two key words. Tangible, okay, and control. Number one, number two. You're focusing on the tangible things and you're focusing on the things you can control. So the tangible things are things you can write down. For example, I sent 50 DMs, right? Literally, as I speak, I've got a sheet where I've got how many DMs I send every single day. How many Instagram DMs, TikTok DMs, calls, books, closed, blah, blah, blah. I haven't filled it in today because it hasn't been the end of the day. But already I've sent about 50 TikTok DMs to inbound leads, by the way. If you want to learn how I managed to book between 5 to 10 calls a day, click the link in my description. It'll be my Instagram and it'll change your life. But anyway, back to the point. You need to focus on the tangible things, which are the numbers, the things that you can write down every single day, the things that you can write down at the end of the day, and the things you have control over. And they link in because you don't have control over whether or not you sign a client today, but you do have control over how many calls you book today. You do have control over how many DMs you send. You do have control over, you know, do you talk to your business partner today? Do you wake up early today? You know, all the things you can control. Do you work out in the morning instead of afternoon when you're more tired and you get out of the way and then your mind is fully focused on business? What do you actually do in a day that you can control? Don't focus on anything else. Okay? Second thing, process-based thinking. Very, very, very important. You need to decide whether or not today was a good day or a bad day. And the way you decide that has to be based on your process. Did you follow the system? Did you follow the process? So what I want you to do, an actionable piece of advice, is develop a system. Develop a system. Develop something which you can mark every single day off. Develop tasks which you can do. So what I want you to do is I want you to write down 5 daily tasks which you do every single day, which are the needle movers, the hardest tasks. For example, the hardest tasks, but also the ones that row the boat the most. The ones that move a needle forwards the most. That is what you need to focus on. So for example, you might not want to send DMs, but let's be realistic. At the moment, if you don't have a huge personal brand and you're not paying for loads of ads, that is the way you're going to book calls. You're sending DMs. So that's a needle move. That's an important task. And another thing you want to do is increase the volume to the goal you have. So if you want to make 10K a month, you need to be sending like 100 DMs per day, especially if you're doing outbound. If you're doing inbound, you could be sending 30 a day, but if you're doing outbound, at least 100 a day. If you want to make 2K a month, you could just send 20 DMs a day. So it varies based on your goal. Volume equals goal. That's something very important. So volume over your goal. That's something very, very, very important. But as I was saying, you need to develop a system. You need to develop habits. You need to develop things which you do every single day that move the needle and get you a certain result. And if you don't think they get you a result, at least try them. And then you can work out, okay, this task got me the result. This task didn't get me any results. So I'm going to fully focus on the task that got me the result and forget about the other task. So you need to become someone who, number one, focuses on input over output. Number two, is a process-based thinker. And number three, develops a system in their life. If you do all of those 3 things, how are you not going to hit 10K per month? And then the first thing was about reverse engineering. So what I want you to do is I want you to reverse engineer your goal. Work out exactly how many clients you need, how many appointments you need to book, how many DMs you need to be sending, and what system you need to follow to get to 10K per month. What you think. You might not know. What do you think you could do every single day that would get you to 10K per month? An example, you send 100 DMs, you do 50 follow-ups, you post on short form content twice a day, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. You post a YouTube video 3 times a week and you go to the gym at 6 a.m. Those could be 5 tasks which you do every single day. I can't remember if it's 5 or 6, but 5 or 6 tasks which you do every single day. And you think that's going to get you to 10K per month. If it doesn't get you to 10K per month, then you can just come back and just return and change the task, amplify the task, maybe increase the volume, cut out certain tasks. That is how you get the result. And last thing I want you to leave you with is 80%, yeah, you can see that. 80% of results come from 20% of actions. And you, listening to this, deep inside know what those 20% of actions are. You know that if you just sent 100 DMs a day, you would get 3 calls booked today, which would get you very, very close, if not past 10K a month. You know it, okay? So things you need to do: reverse engineer using maths, your goal, okay? Reverse engineer it, work out what tangible things you can do and the things that you can control, the things that you can do every single day. Develop a system, okay? And process-based thinking. Today was a good day or a bad day based on whether or not you actually did the things that you tell yourself you would do. With that said, that's the end of the video. If you want to change your life, click my Instagram. We help people start and scale their online business to $10,000 within 30 to 90 days of working with us. Otherwise, you get a full refund. With that said, I'll see you in the next video.